Hey, it's Keeve W again with more blueprints. I'm so excited. Oh my gosh, let's get started. So I think, what did we do yesterday? Well, it was yesterday for me when I recorded day 3. I think we got to the antechamber, that was it. And we learned a couple new things, but otherwise we didn't get a lot done. Like nothing compared to day 2. So we're gonna start at let's start by going out to the back and picking a room from the outer room area. I think we did the tool shed last time, which was actually kind of nice. But let's try a room we haven't seen. It's most important to pick rooms you haven't seen, to see as many things as possible. So all 3 of these are new. So the shelter is going to protect us from the negative effects of the next 3 red rooms drafted. The trading post is items for trade. The hovel special floor plans now cost steps instead of gems. Now all 3 of these have their uses. This obviously allows us to draft some red rooms without worrying about what they're going to do, especially if the game is foisting them on us, because there's some pretty nasty things that can happen. Trading post is great if I have items, but I don't have any items. I'm always doing this move first. The hovel is really going to change our approach. So we're not really going to be looking to collect gems because they're going to do nothing for us. When we want to spend to make a room, we're going to spend our steps. So we're going to need to find ways to keep our step count high. Let's do this one. Let's try out the hovel, see what it does. And let's, of course, check out what's inside, because there might be something cool. Notice of termination. Dear Mr. Ravain. This could be Denny Ravain, the person who was stealing the mail. Dear Mr. Ravain, your half-hearted dedication and maintenance of the grounds have been greatly appreciated. Burn. However, I regret to inform you that your services as the groundskeeper at Mount Holly will no longer be required effective immediately. This decision has been made after careful consideration and is based upon repeated observations and documented instances of neglect in the performance of your duties. The state of the green rooms in particular has deteriorated significantly over the last few months, which reflects poorly on the rest of the staff. You are required to vacate the hovel by the 20th of March, ensuring all tools and equipment belonging to the estate are returned to the tool shed in good condition. Your final wages will be settled promptly upon completion of these instructions. We thank you for your time and service and wish you the best in your future endeavors, Anne Babbage, House Manager. So we know Mrs. Babbage, I guess. Mr. Ravain used to work here but doesn't anymore as groundskeeper, but Mr. Nogula took over for him, I think, because we saw that in the orchard. That Mr. Nogula was the groundskeeper, so that this guy was fired, Nogula took over, and Mr. Ravain apparently lived here, in this room. That's my guess, because this is where this letter is. This cot here. Oh, there's a note. 45 rooms, antechamber sealed, 2 wings, 9 ranks, 2 starting rooms, 45292, coincidence? Where is room 46? 1990, 3 years ago. Tested my full house theory, no luck, as expected. This here is suspicious. I notice it's 4 colors in these numbers, 45292. And, those are the colors on the dartboard. So this blue is addition, yellow subtraction, pink is multiplication, and purple is division. And if you do this in order, 4 plus 5 is 9, times 2 is 18, divided by 9 is 2, minus 2 is 0. This might just be coincidence. 45 rooms, 2 wings, 9 ranks, 2 starting rooms. I don't know. Where is room 46? So it looks like Mr. Ravain actually was looking for room 46. Actively, but never found it. Which is weird because it's pretty obvious it's going to be around here. Like, we just know it's going to be somewhere in the antechamber. Since we can't get in. That's the most obvious place to look. Oh, we have another one of these. Yeah, second gas valve. So it looks like we got like 4 beers here. 4 of the little bowls that house those flames. So I guess there's going to be 2 more gas valves. So we found 1 in the orchard, 1 here. It's interesting that all the gas valves we found have been outdoors so far. Hopefully that continues. It'll help us know where to look. But yeah, the flames are going down here, down this way. down to that spot. So there's probably something going to happen once we get 4, I imagine, but we'll have to find out where they are, because for the moment I do not know. Alright, so we've spent a few steps, but we're ready to get started here. And now I'm not too worried about getting things like the den. The den actually is really great because of the connectivity, but the gem is not important anymore. Ooh, this is tempting. It's a dead end, yes, but our package has been delivered, so it's going to give us... You know what? I'm going to do this, even though this is not the wisest move. I just want to get the package. Brass compass, silver key, keys. That's pretty good. I believe it's always randomized what you get from these in the mailroom. The compass is going to let us find rooms facing north, and then of course the silver key, unlocking a door with this leads to a room with many doors, and then 2 regular keys. That's a pretty good start. Yeah, so this is about Denny Ravain. Here's our puzzle thing for the fuse box, which we might be able to solve if we... No, we would need to find not only the utility room, but also find the office, because that's the only place where we can get electronic mail. So that somewhat locks off this side of the mansion, but what we can do here is find rooms that move us left. And we don't, so never mind. I could use the secret passageway back here and then make a room that has a chance of going left. I don't need the parlor. I don't need gems for anything. They don't help me at all. Storeroom's another dead end I don't want. So I think I'm going to spend my steps in the secret passage. And I think I want to make it another hall because it's going to give me the most exits, probably. Hopefully nothing I have to spend steps on. Aquarium's nice. Great Hall has locked doors. Hallway's good. It really wants me to go to the right. That is what I'm noticing here. It really wants me to move to the right, and I don't want to do that. I want to open up this end. But just to avoid a problem here, I'm just going to take this and see if I can go to the left from here. The den is the only thing I can do. The gem is useless, but I'm going to try to fill out these spaces here. Because, like, I have no purpose of going to the antechamber. It's locked. Well, it's not locked, it's sealed. I can't get in. I don't even know how I'm going to get in there. So it's important that I be looking for other clues. And the only thing I really know to go on so far is the utility room thing. So I want to make lots of space to create the rooms I want to see. Okay, we're going to take the drawing room. As much as I want steps, I need lots more spaces to move before I start crafting those dead ends. There's that wonderful picture again with the candelabras in the back and the fireplace and the dude. So that's this room. Yeah, I was drawing this in this room. Cool. So I want... Yeah, this is the way to go. And then I want to start heading back and opening up as much as I can and then creating those dead ends. So the parlor is not useful for the gems, but it is useful for moving me continual. I don't want to spend steps if I don't have to. It's really going to take a lot of my steps out. And I don't need more green rooms because the utility box or the utility closet is a blue room. And the office I think is also a blue room, but we haven't chosen it, but we've seen it. Let's take the parlor. And I'm probably going to do the puzzle for the gems anyway for a couple of reasons. One, I like doing this puzzle. And two, I believe there is something if you do enough of these puzzles. So we're just going to do it so we can clear through the puzzles. So the blue box contains the gems. This box is the black box. Well, that's not true. This box is the what? So those are both false. So this must be true. The blue box contains the gems. Yeah, so I grabbed the gems because, you know what? Why not? But it was a fun little puzzle. Now this does need to turn to the right, otherwise we're done. And we're done. So let's take this because I'm going to want steps. That's just something I'm going to want as this run continues. Did this room generate any items? Yes. Oh, that's great. Lucky rabbit's foot. Greater chance of finding items. So we have a lot of space we didn't use in here. That's okay. It's not going to be the greatest drafting day. So let's look to the right. Let's maybe make a dead end here that's useful. Oh, no. Don't want to use my keys quite yet. Let's see what I can get out of this room. Courtyard is nice, but I don't need a courtyard. Let me make a dead end here. Which one would I prefer? I'm going to take the 2 items in the closet. Okay, gem. I didn't really want that. What's this? Sleep mask. The first time you enter each bedroom with the sleep mask, gain 5 steps. I think we've seen this one already. I don't remember. I've seen it from other runs, but this is going to help us when we get bedrooms because it's going to give us our steps back. Because that's what we're going to really struggle with. Because, yeah, we start with a lot of steps, sure, but the hovel makes our steps go down a lot faster, so we have to be very careful where we go. And let's head back towards the beginning and open up things at the earlier ranks. So there's a number of reasons why I do this instead of just pushing forward. 1, fewer locked doors back here. 2, if I use my dead ends in these spots, that's better because I don't want to end up stuck with dead ends up here. And 3, I think it's just a matter of trying to find rooms that'll help me with puzzles later on, and I won't get stuck. I don't want to make myself get stuck up there. But I think I've already done a pretty poor drafting job today. I don't want to spend the steps right now. I don't have to. I also don't have any coins, so I can't buy anything from the commissary. Pantry? Let me go pantry. I do like the pantry, and it'll give me some of my steps back. I'm going to want to start seeing some bedrooms, too. Well, that's the wrong direction. This is the only... You know what? We're taking the guest bedroom. We're doing that because I already didn't get good rooms here. I needed something to go to the right, and nothing did. So I'm going to give myself a ton of steps. Great, had a gem. I don't need a gem. I need other things like keys and coins. I'm okay on keys. If I have, 1 key, I really only want to use it if I'm forced. If I have 2 keys... I'm doing okay, but it's not until I have at least 3 keys where I feel pretty good about what I can do in a run. Dining room's all right here. Bedroom is not. So we're going to take the dining room. It's all about the connectivity at this point, so getting us to where we need to go. So greater chance of finding items. So if there's a lot of items that have been generated because of the rabbit's foot, I'm not seeing them. So I'm going to try to get down here. I'm going to see if I can do this because it's a good spot to put dead ends. And it looks like... I'll take the chapel. Yeah, I just got some coins, and this is going to lose me those coins. But I don't mind right now if I lose coins. Do I want clear the dead end out of my inventory, or I could get stuff for the observatory. The observatory is just so good, though. I could probably see this somewhat later in the draft, whereas this is a dead end no matter what. Or get another chance at seeing good dead ends. Kind of a waste of a corridor, though. I'd prefer to use this somewhere else. No, I just saw this. Let's put the boudoir here, because it doesn't do me much except for the sleep mask. Oh, and I found money in it. So, is there anything over here, maybe? There's that picture we saw. Okay, but it gave me the 5 steps because of the sleep mask. So I get my money back from doing all this stuff. Now I have plenty of ways to go here. So yeah, this didn't work out for me. I was hoping maybe corridor would delay. I'd get better dead-end choices. Now I didn't. So I think I'm going to take the storeroom here. Oh well, lesson learned. Hey, there's a dig spot in the storeroom. That's cool. Lesson learned, don't try to have any fun. That's the lesson we should learn from this. Alright, take my money. Whatever. It was really about getting the key. It was the only useful thing I got out of that. So now let's try going forward from the dining room. I have 3 ways forward. So that's really the hope with the drafting. It's like, yeah, sure, I missed some rooms down here. But by not pushing forward, I've given myself 3 ways I can move now. So I'm going to start with this one. And all of them... No, they're not all dead ends. Let's take the spare room, because it's the only non-dead end. Even though a spare room is essentially a wasted room. Well, it's not a waste. It's just never going to have anything. Ah, now we get a billiard room, which is going to have keys, because that is always the prize for the darts game, is either 2 regular keys or a special key. That's what we've seen so far. So we got 9. 15 minus 7 is 8. 8 times 2 is 16. 6. Have we seen this? This must be division. 6 divided by 2 is 3. Okay, all 4. So 12 minus 4 is 8, times 2 is 16, divided by 16 is 1. 2 regular keys. So now we're sitting pretty. We've got 5 keys. We can unlock a ton of doors. We have 6 gems, which we don't need. And we have 4 coins. Coins aren't going to really help us, but it's the keys we really want. And now we got the observatory in a better spot. So let's take it. Sure, I spent 3 steps, but I'm doing okay on steps. I really want to see the office and the utility closet. I haven't seen either of those yet. Frustrating. 3 stars. That's the slice. Gives us 3 steps. So basically we just got our steps back. So not a great prize, but once again, the more we draft the observatory, the more better the prizes. The more better prizes we'll get. Sorry, great grammar. How am I doing? I don't want to use my silver key here. I'm going to use a regular key. Ah, there's a utility closet. We're putting it in. I'm gonna step in just so I can, in case we get these rooms, turn the gymnasium off, turn the garage on. Just because you might as well turn these. I don't have the security, so if I turn these off and then I get the key card, I have to come all the way back here to turn them on. Whatever, I'm turning these off, because then if I find security, I can set the security system to unlocked so I can go through. There's those pictures again. Any of this useful? No, don't think so. Alright, we're doing some good here. So now let us move forward through the den and hope for an office. And at this point, I will even take an office that leads to a dead end. But I will not take a straight up dead end right now. Even though this courtyard is not my favorite placement because it does waste a room here, I want to see more things. Special keys here? Yes, special keys. I'm going to open up into multiple rooms. Ooh. 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 Okay, archives is bad because we removed some floor plans. Chamber of Mirrors says you can now draft second copies of rooms you already have in your house. Also, does it have 4 doors? It looks like there's only 1. But also, I don't want second copies because that'll flood my draft pool. I have less of a chance of finding the office. So we're going to take the cloister, even though it is a huge hit to our steps. And this is the room, I believe, that the gardener, the groundskeeper, Mr. Nagula, talked about wanting to replace the statue with the statue of Rinna, the gardener. And this, I believe, was Orinda. And we have a low wall in the way that we could easily climb over, but we seem to not be able to do that here. Uh-huh. He said he doesn't remember how to get in. Is there like a lever somewhere we can pull? I'm looking for like whatever. Let me just look at the rooms. There doesn't seem to be anything in the middle anyway. Lots of locked. Key card doesn't be powered on, so even if we had the key card, we couldn't use it. But I need to find the security room before I can do anything with that. Nook and bedroom are both. This is not a great use because it costs 6 steps and it's only one way forward is to go through these. So bedroom is great for the steps. Nook is great for the key. But I'm okay on keys now, so I'm going to take the steps because of the sleep mask. Oh yeah, a gem that I don't need. Okay, I do start to worry about my keys. Here's security. This is going to help. So we're going to go to security. We're going to turn off of the security system. There's an apple, which I like because it gives me a couple steps back. So let's see. Do we have anything missing? A key and 3 coins. Whatever, we'll find it later. Keycard system. So I'm going to set security level to high and offline mode to unlocked. Yeah, basically the strategy, I guess, always change offline mode to unlocked. There's never a reason you want it to be locked. And set security level if you have a key card and the security system is on, you set it to high. If you have turned off the security system, set it to high. In all other cases, set it to low. So that is all we're going to do. Alright, I want an office. Just give me an office. walk-in closet, music room. That heads the wrong direction. So these are all dead ends. They don't cost gems to draft anyway, so I'm going to give myself 4 items in the hope that I get some keys. Well, I got the key card, so that's moot now. I don't care about the key card. Okay, so this was not useful. I wanted keys. Maybe I should have taken the music room, even though it had those dead ends, because the music room would have given me keys. Nook gives me a key, and it does progress us, so there's that. Ah, we got the dining room food now. I want an office, for the love of God. That is what today will be about. Okay, vault for 40 coins. Okay, well, let's think about that. That's 9 steps. 9 steps gets me the vault, and I get 40 coins. What am I going to use those coins on? I don't have any shops, and if I draft a shop, what is that going to do for me? Let's think about it. Dark room is the only way to progress, and it will be a random... We can't tell what we're getting. You know what? We're going to take the dark room. It's going to remove something from the draft pool, at the very least. Now, I'm going to open this, and then we're going to say step requirement. The office had gems, so if I do this, it could be the office. It's a guess. It's wrong. This is... Have we seen this room? No, the laboratory. Well, that's not too bad. Let's take a look around here. Heating and cooling curves. H2O melting point at 0.1 pp2, whatever. Room temp, complete thaw. Oh, I'm going to need a magnifying glass to read that. Tests atmospheric pressure. Lab technician Randolph M. We have the periodic table of elements. Take a good look. Now that you've memorized this, let's move on. At least this moves the right direction. We have some pictures. We have this fill out. Okay, so I'm guessing we're going to put together something. So if we start with this element, then that one, then that one, then that one, and that one. So I'm just going to spare us all like going through this puzzle the way I did it, where, you know, I take pictures of it and then compare. So I'm going to just show you how it would be done. We'd remember this, and we'd go over here, and it would be PU. So that's the first 2 letters of the message. And the message is going to be PU, I believe this was next, SH. So it's push. That'll give us, yeah, 1, 2, and 3. And then our 4, 5, and 6 are going to be TH. Where's 5? Here. RE. Then EU. So that's a push 3, then the U. Then we have 7, 8, 9. PA. Push 3 up. A. F. TE. Push 3 up after, probably. And then our 10, 11, 12. 10, 11, 12 is there. 9. Push 3 up after 9. That's what the message reads. It's not the hardest puzzle to solve. It's just if you know, don't either just like take a picture and look at them side by side, this could get a little tedious to figure it out. But we're saying push 3 up after 9. Unfortunately, this machine requires additional power piped in from the boiler room, so we can't actually do anything with this. It won't work. But if we push 9 and then 3, apparently something will happen. So this is a puzzle we should keep in mind. It's not something we'll solve today, unless we open the boiler room right after this somehow. But we won't. We could get another Alzara prediction at the cost of 3 steps. I don't care about that right now. We could get the pool. I don't care about that. I don't want to add anything to the draft pool. I just want the office. So let's take the lavatory so that it's out of our draft. We will no longer see this room. Okay, we got to head back. We're going to use up a lot of steps in this, but we've cleared out all of this stuff. The next step is to return to the dining room? Or do I see what the cloister will open? Let's see what the cloister will open at the very least, but I do want to get my steps back from the dining room, because I want to make sure I have enough to continue this run. Let's see if I can get an office here. I cannot, but I can get a conference room, which is pretty good. Continuing. Let's see what I can get from this one. I'll use a key. It's okay. I'm doing okay on keys. Gymnasium passageway is fine, but it uses a lot of steps. This will lose steps every time we enter, but we never need to enter because... Oh, wait, hold on. I've been to the breaker room. I don't care about this. Let's get rid of the gymnasium. Okay, let's go to the dining room and get our stuff because we're probably never going back there for any other reason. So let's get our food. Man, if I just get an office, I can figure out how to solve this puzzle. I don't have a trophy room in the house, so it doesn't matter. I just get 20 steps. But even if we don't find the office today, it's not a wasted day. We will still have discovered the laboratory and the puzzle there, and we'll know we can do that. It's always good to give yourself multiple possible steps for the next day, like if you don't get what you want on the day you're working, rather than focusing on one puzzle and hoping you magically get all the rooms you need to solve it. If you have 2 or 3 puzzles you can solve, you have a much greater chance of being successful on any given day. So let's see what's up here. Probably a locked door. Let's save the keys if we can. Let's go... if I go to the gymnasium and it's locked, it doesn't really help me. Let's use it here. Now I'm worried I'm running out of keys. Okay. Alright, Alzara, we're gonna see what you gotta say. There's the money. We have Alzara here. Oh, there's a bishop. There's a lot of chess pieces around. I wonder what we do with them. It's gotta be something. There's no way they just put all those chess pieces for no reason. So let's hear prediction number 2.
And, as it was foretold, I am awakened at the sound of a dropping coin. You find yourself face to face with the great Alzara. And I suspect you wish me to look into your future. The image is becoming clear. I see the darkened cloud of ruin, familiar to us both, now decrepit, run down, and in disrepair. I see 8 red envelopes, resting upon 8 pedestals. And in these 8 envelopes, I see 8 letters penned by 8 different hands. 8 letters of which you will only ever find and read 7. Just like the art hanging on the walls of these rooms, there is a letter missing. What you have heard here has been foreseen by the great Alzara. Until the dawn of the following day, I will have nothing more to say.
Okay, that was an important prediction. There were 2 things in there that we should remember. The first, he's talking about red letters. 8 of them have been made. 8 different people wrote 8 different letters. He says we're only going to find 7, but there are red letters we can find, so we should probably be looking for those. The next thing he mentioned was about the paintings on the wall. Do we have any in this room? Because it looks like every room has them. Okay, maybe not every room. Maybe this room doesn't have them. But let's see what we... Oh, no, here they are. These paintings. He says, just like this art, there is a letter missing. But in this case, it's just talking about a letter. Right? Like, there isn't... I guess like a letter of the alphabet is the only thing that makes sense. Because there isn't like a letter, like from an envelope missing from these. So something is missing from these pictures. So let's keep an eye on these, because this is now important. If the Great Alzara talks about it, it's important. I'm not going to use my key there. What I'm going to do is head back to the West Wing Hall. I think I got enough steps. We're going to see if we can get a garage, because the garage will have 3 keys in it. That is my hope now. That would be a waste of my steps. So this is a bit of a waste of steps, but it's really not much else I can do at this moment. Of course, if an office shows up, we're just going to take that. There's no question. Okay. Okay, fine. Last key. I'm glad I didn't use my key. Okay, it's got to be the garage. It has to be the garage. It is a dead end, but we get our keys for that. We can open this door, but that's not really going to do anything for us because we've already been out there. We have no reason to go out there again. We will not find anything new from doing that. So now, with our limited steps remaining, we are going to see if we can find an office. It's not too limited. Like, if I find the office pretty soon, I will be able to get back to the utility closet. I think. Maybe if I draft another type of bedroom, it'd be really nice. We drafted the nursery too, so if I draft any type of bedroom, it's going to go really well for us. So let me draft something here. And it better be good. Doggone it. Okay, so this will make a dead end, but not immediately. This is our best shot, even though it adds stuff to the draft pool, which I don't like because it makes it harder to find what we want. Let's add the pool. It also takes steps, but we need to get... Hey, car keys. So if we go back to the garage, we could use those. Regular key, that's very important. Let's see what I just get. Let's just open rooms and see what we have. There's the office. Okay. This is going to be rough, because if I enter the office, I will have 9 steps remaining. Will I make it back to the utility closet in 9 steps? I'd have 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4... 3, 2, 1, 0. Oh, no. Okay, so I need to make the office, but now I need to draft a bedroom. So please, oh please, give me any type of bedroom. Bunk room contains 2 bedrooms. Yes, that's exactly what I want. So we have to go in to get the bonus, but we got 15 more steps. And there shouldn't be anything else in here. You know, there's just the book we read about things like that. And yeah, there was a bit of luck involved there, a little bit of good luck, but also, you know, drafting ahead. Have the nursery, which means I get extra steps. And this is 2 bedrooms, and I have the sleep mask, so I'm going to get 15 steps from that. It's exactly what I want. So we have the office now. It's got some pointing things. So there's going to be a computer in here, right? Yeah, there is. There's also an upgrade disc. Have we seen this yet in this run? I don't think so. The antechamber lever in the greenhouse is broken again. I don't think there was enough time to put in another work order before Simon arrives, so just make sure the west and east levers are operational. Okay, so I guess we have levers for the antechamber. So maybe if we pull a lever, we get into the antechamber. I guess there's one in the greenhouse, but it's broken. We've seen a broken lever, so maybe if we find that item and we find this lever, we can get into the antechamber. That's possible. But there's also something about west and east levers, so there might be multiple levers we have to pull. So that is unfortunate. Let's see what's on this computer. Run payroll. So after running this process, checks will be placed in each staff member's rooms. This includes each servant's quarter and maid's chamber currently on the estate. We don't have one, but I'm going to run it. I don't care. It might actually just be in there next time we draft those. I don't know. I don't want to make a maid's chamber, though. It really ruins your run. Spread golden estate. So what this is going to do is going to spread coins. Since we have a conference room, they're all going to go to the conference room. Log into network. That's what we want. And we saw the password already, so it's that. I hope we did, because otherwise I just cheated by, using information that I got from my previous runs. I'm trying not to do that in this run. I'm trying to be like, this is what you could discover on your own. So, electronic mail is what we want. From Anne Babbage next week. Date November 1st, 1993. Subject next week. Sir, you have not left me any instructions for the following week, and you know how much I hate leaving critical plans up to the last minute. As soon as you decide on definite plans for the holidays, please pass a message on to me, either through Hartley, who is valeting for you this weekend, or if you absolutely insist, through this confounded electronic typewriter. Huh. October 8th, 1993. Gabe, yes, that is the correct functionality. Also, when you're out here next week, please test that the correct sequence is off, blue, green, white, red, purple. That's what we want. We want that. Thanks for the due diligence on this project, H.S. Sinclair. Off, blue, green, white, red, purple. I'll try to memorize that, but I do have a picture of it saved on my computer if I need to use that. I'm going to try not to, because it'll be distracting if I'm going back and forth. Off, blue, green, white, red, purple. Let's remember that. Dear Herbert, we just wanted to let you know the changes you requested to your will have been implemented and notarized. If your premonition, God forbid, should bear fruit, rest assured that your plans will be executed down to the last detail. That was October 7th, so that was... If we're starting sometime early November, that's about a month ago. In fact, this date, November 1st, is talking about next week. So that might be this week that we're in now, the week that starts the 8th? We'll see. We'll see where we are. Fuse box repair from October 5th. The VAC indicator lights installed per instructions have been turned on. However, it should be noted that the white indicator is only displayed after syncing all 6 indicators to purple. If this is not the desired functionality, let us know. We'll fix it in our regular service visit next week. Okay, so that's how we're going to do it. We're going to make all of them purple, then we're going to turn the 4th one white, then we're going to turn the 5th one red, and then we're going to do some kind of interaction with the... I forget the blue. We're going to make the blue happen. And then it should all fall into place from there. Let's also insert this upgrade disk and see what happens. Floor plan upgrade mode. Let's see what we find here. Courtyard. Courtyard data has been found as upgrade disk. You'll now have a chance to permanently enhance this room to one of 3 different upgraded floor plans. Okay, so we have a choice here. And let's see what we want. So this upgrade, all we do is we guarantee that there are 2 gems in the courtyard. And since the courtyard costs 1 gem, it's a 1 gem bonus every time you enter the courtyard. Guaranteed. We also have courtyard with 5 dig spots. I think the courtyard always has at least 2, but it doesn't usually have much. A lot of dig spots is nice if you have a shovel, but the thing about dig spots is they don't usually contain a lot. So I don't think this gives us much. We also have the quarry yard, which you notice is both orange and green, so it counts as a hallway room and a green room, and it's always left unlocked. So if we open it, all the doors are unlocked. This is tempting. So is this. I think I'm going to take this, because it's a free gem. And gems are really, really important if you don't take the hovel as your outer room. So I'm going to make the courtyard guarantee 2 gems every time we enter. And if you somehow get a courtyard without spending a gem, you get a 2 gem bonus instead of 1. This is open. Let's see what we got. Bridget, please check if any books matching these titles are available for purchase in Reddington. Flight of the Queen, March of the Count, Fall of the Lord, Passing of the Barons, Herrings of the Major. Had a little trouble reading the Baron's writing, so I am not sure if the last title is intended to be hearings or herrings, but knowing Herbert, I suspect either would be suitable. For some reason, this is the only one that is not printed in red. The rest are all printed in red. This one says March of the Count. Now, we've been told red notes are lies. This isn't a red note so much as a note written with red ink, except for March of the Count written in black ink. And also it says if it's handwritten, it's not a lie. But I don't know how these would be lies, but there is a reason... There has to be a reason that March of the Count is not printed in red ink, but I don't know what that is. I wonder what this does. Oh. Well, that was easy to find. We have another safe. Well, we have no idea what it is. It's certainly not going to be 9803. We already know that's a lie for a note. We found a few of these now, haven't we? We found one... We got the office, and then it's in the... boudoir. Yeah. Okay. So if we go back to the conference room, which we have to, we're going to pick up a lot of money, which we might be able to use. I have a lot of steps. Would it be valuable to find a shop room? Or would I be wasting a ton of steps by doing that? All right, I also have a coin purse, which I kind of glossed over because I was mad that I didn't find items I wanted. The coin purse makes it so every time I collect 3 coins, I earn an additional 1 in interest. So I have 38 coins. Well, the only room that I can possibly open is above this, and once I start heading for the utility room, it's over. So I'm going to use this. I'm going to make sure I count my steps very carefully. Well, I don't want to do this and buy food. It's not worth it. So I'm going to pick one of these. So the sauna makes it so tomorrow I start with 20 extra steps. So tomorrow I'd start with 90. That's really good. The coat check, I can check one item and retrieve it another day, which means I could drop off any one of these items down here, and then tomorrow I can just start with that item. So the key card is nice to start with because then I can just make a lot of security doors, but I can also just get security and turn them off. Compass is fine, like north-facing rooms is great. Lucky Rabbit's Foot's really good. I like finding items. Car keys will let me do something in the garage with the car, for sure. Or would I rather just have more steps? I think I'd rather just have more steps. Oh, cool, a gem I don't need. So otherwise this room is empty, but I should have enough steps to get... If I am short by 1 step, I will feel like the biggest dope alive. But at least I know now the utility box puzzle. I don't need to get an office again. I need to go down to the dining room. Yes, dining room. Is this here? Yes. Dining room and then up. Spare room, billiard room, observatory. Let's see if I remember how to make purple. I need to make everything purple, which I think starts with making a blue next to... No. Okay, how did I do this again? I don't remember the rule. It was like you click a red next to a blue. Okay, green next to blue. No. Okay, this... I might pull up my good old picture here just so I don't ruin my plan. Where did I save? In my notes somewhere. Where did I save it? I've saved my notes. VAC indicators, which press a blue indicator next to a red indicator to activate purple. No. Okay, so I need activate purple. Press any button to activate blue. Okay, I got all of them purple. Now what I need is the other one, which is this picture. Off, blue, green, white, red, purple. So this needs to be white. Here, there we go. This needs to be red. Oh no! This needs to be... Okay, no, so maybe... Oh, shoot. That needs to be purple. This needs to be red. Okay, that side's good. Off, blue, and green. Oh, shoot, that was blue. This needs to be green. And there we go. Oh, we did it. We did it. Okay. It's not cheating to use a picture that I took Even though I took the picture in another run, we've seen that clue. So this is something that you could have solved if you were following all the steps I did. And that unlocks the other half of the room. That is a secret. Alright, see what we get for this. I remember this door. We saw this door on day 2, I think, when we were walking around the grounds. The Gemstone Cavern has been permanently unlocked and added to your campsite. Starting tomorrow, we'll start each new day with 2 gems. Oh, that's so good. So now we have 3 permanent additions. Out of 4, I guess, because there's a 4th slot there. So we start now with an outer room, 2 gems, and an extra 20 steps. I wonder if this extra one will give us, like, money or keys? But that's great. That means that this day is really successful. Starting with gems means we don't really have to worry about gem doors at the beginning of the level. Like, we don't really have to worry about getting the den immediately, for instance. And it also makes the hovel a lot less valuable because we start the day with gems that we never ever need if we use the hovel. So, who knows? Let's go out and see the gem room if I have enough steps. I might not have enough steps. If I don't have enough steps, I don't have enough steps. It's okay. We did a lot today. We should be proud of ourselves. And by we, I mean me. I should be proud of myself. Because I alone am the one succeeding at the game. I think we just have enough steps to see this. Doop-a-doop-a-doo, doop-a-doop-a-doo. It's really far away. There's our campsite. Yep, this is where it was. Gemstone Cavern. Yeah, we can't pick any of those gems, so it's not going to happen, but we get to... There's another gas valve. So that's 3. So we just need to find 1 more, and then whatever this is will be done. It might be another permanent change. Maybe we hit all 4 gas valves, and then we get, like, 2 coins every run. I don't know why I'm speculating. I know exactly what happens here. I've played the game before, but it's fun to pretend that I don't for a minute. Here is the last of the equipment for the new mine. I don't think we're going to need more than this, especially if we're going to limit excavation to 2 stones per day. Yeah, thank you for 2 stones per day. I was told by the engineer that getting greedier than that might risk the structural integrity of the cave walls, so I suppose we'll have to adhere to his expert opinion at least for now. We managed to remove all but 1 minecart from the old tunnels, 2 of which were too rusted and worn down to be of any use to us up here, so Dave went ahead and made the call to scrap them. I'm not sure that the foreman is going to be too happy about that, but hopefully you can smooth it over. Now, there is still 1 more cart down there, but it's locked on a short track and is way too difficult to move from the reservoir side. It's a little bit awkward because it's blocking the passage, so I suggest someone move it from the other side if they can get over there. The boss informed us that there are 2 other ways into the site from that side, but I think we're going to leave that for someone else to finish up if the old man really wants it done. Okay, we're not sure what this means yet. This first paragraph is talking about how we get 2 gems from here. But this whole thing about minecarts, we're not sure. Like, we got some here, but there's apparently a minecart somewhere else. But without knowing what he's talking about, I don't see how it helps us. But this helped us by a lot. We did a lot today. This was a really, really productive day. We're only 4 days in. We've got 3 out of 4 permanent additions. And, what we don't know is how to get the antechamber, and I feel like we really need to figure out how to open this door. We think because of this note in the office, it has to do with levers. It talked about a greenhouse, but I've never even seen a greenhouse yet. And it talked about potentially 2 other levers, both of which I also have not seen, I do not believe. Is that right? I don't think I've seen... I don't remember what I did the previous 3 days. If I did pull a lever in there, I'm sorry, I totally forgot. But we'll have to do that. And I know there's that part of me that's played the game before and it's like, well, I know where those levers are. But speaking as the newbie Key of W who's doing the run as if it was a Let's Play, I have no idea. I have not yet seen anything in this game that tells me exactly how to get in here. So, that'll be that. I don't think there's anything else I can do today. I got 1 step left. I've done everything and I'm stuck outside. So, thanks everyone for watching. And I will see people in the next video. Y'all have a nice night or day, whatever time it is for you. And, bye.